Greetings to you all, my dear people out there. The Biafrans, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind. Your son, your brother, your uncle, that your broadcaster is here again to bring to us the important news. As I promised earlier today that my news throughout today will be all about Biafrans. And I want us to do something new. It's not like I'm failing my promises, but we have to also look into other headlines of some important news out there in case anyone is interested to listen to or to read concerning those news. You can as well go to the internet, use your Google Chrome or whatever Google you are using to Google the news I'm about to read now. Remember, I am still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from Okute Daily Talks Corner, bringing to you the Biafran news as it is hot. The headlines with me here, starting from 2023. Yes, some weekends, Seyi Makinde, Samuel Ortom, two other governors absent as PDP flags all presidential campaign in Uyo. We have Nigerian police dispersing traders protesting in Kaduna State. Another one in my hand here, ABU denies threat to withdraw NIDA BOS certificate. You can find out also in nigerianews.com. And 2023, Inspector General of Police urges politicians to allow police to manage their protests and their rallies. NAFDAC warns on cough syrup from Gambia. You can find out on nigerianews.com or nigerianextranews.com. Gunmen disarm police, kill Chinese in Ebonyi community. Wow, gunmen disarm police and kill a Chinese man. Wow, this is really interesting. We have another one here on our hand. Find out on extranews.com. Center condemn police station attack in Enugu State. Oyo government deploys military orders to rescue abducted farmers. IPOB, we are not political talks. That is the most important news that we are going to emphasize on after I have given you all the headlines. Oil theft in Nigeria, 42 more tapping points uncovered in Delta and Bayelsa State. Rotary to send relief materials to Anambra flood victims. You can find out on extranews.com. So we have another top headlines here, which says the current. He said the black market dollar to naira exchange rate today, 11th of October 2022. He said how much is a dollar to naira in the black market? Dollar to naira exchange rate today, abokifx.com. The exchange rate for a dollar to naira at Lagos parallel market, players buy a dollar for 733 naira and sell at 740 naira. That is on Tuesday. Another one here on my list is the review of the headlines we have in the newspapers today. Nigerian newspapers, I mean to say. In a Punch, we have Boko Haram abducts 20 women near Chibok. You can find out in Punch newspaper. UN official says girls may return pregnant. Another one on my list here is Borno villagers bury 100 victims after attack. You can find this news all in the Punch newspapers. We have another one here. PDP governors hit Uyo with 15 private jets. This is the money that belongs to the poor masses. Wow. Things are really getting intense. Or Wike out of Makinde, 2 others absent as party begins 2023 election. You can find that on the Punch newspaper. Obaseki holds South-South stakeholders meeting in Uyo. Derry, Odom, pledge support. You can find out on the Punch newspaper as well. Ayo appeals to aggrieved governor, says party needs everyone to rescue Nigeria. You can as well find out in the Punch newspaper. This one, we have a budget deficit. Operators foam as federal government's borrowing undermine rail sector. You can find that in the Guardian newspaper. And another one here, you can find, go to the Nation newspaper, you will see APC accuses Dogara of using religion to cause disaffection. Buhari to confer infrastructure award on weekend, October 21. Fire raises Kogi House of Assembly complex. INEC, political parties can substitute candidates again. That is from the Nation newspaper. ASU strike to end in days, says Bajabia Miller and Femi Falana. You can find that also in Nation's newspaper. PDP is party of termites, can't return to power, said Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his women inauguration that happens yesterday. Atiku unveils agenda, places jobs, poverty eradication and others. We have been hearing this for a very long time, for how many years now? And you are still coming back to campaign with this same thing. Why can't you people do a new thing? In another country, the politician campaign with something new, like giving them a nuclear light or whatever, making sure that no car in their country uses gasoline again, other than electric or solar. Yeah? You people are coming to campaign every 4 years or every 8 years, you will come to campaign with the same thing, giving the light and rose. At the end of the day, you end up doing nothing. Shame unto you and shame to you, particular article. You have failed. Lokoja flood. Petrol scarcity spreads to stages as gas price hikes in a country that produces oil. I shame unto you. You can find out on Daily Trust. And the news of article also, you can find it in Daily Trust. Now, National Air Force, Nigerian Air Force strikes, kill terrorist, kingpin, Ali Dogo, 30 others in Kaduna. You can find out us as well in Daily Trust. Obajana, presidency wealth in Kogi government. Dangote stands off. In Daily Trust, you can as well find the newspapers. The news, sorry to say. ASU to call off strike in days. You can find out also in Daily Trust and also on Sun newspaper. Campaign flag off amid mammoth crowd. Article outlines rescue plan. In Daily Sun, you can find this news. PDP praises address hunger, insecurity, disunity. This is the same news we have been hearing for years. In the same Sun newspaper, you are going to find it. So back to the business of the day. NAFDAC wants cough syrup from Gambia. You can find out also in Daily Trust newspaper. IPOB, we are not political talks. This is where we stand, and this is where I am going to take my news from. Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, yesterday said it has no business with the Nigerian elections, accusing the federal government of sponsoring election violence in Southeast to blackmail IPOB. This is the news that have been trending, and I want to read this news over and over and over again. For those who have ear, they should listen. And for those youths who have made themselves available to be used as talks by the so-called politicians, I am sorry for all of you, because you will receive the repercussion. You will receive the price of what you are doing to the Biafran nation. The pro-Biafra group also said that Nigerian government is sponsoring insecurity in the Southeast to disrupt the 2023 election because their candidate will lose the election. Of course, that is exactly what is happening, and that is what they are doing. At the end of the day now, they will hold on to Peter Obi, that he is the one that is organizing the bandits, so that they will capitalize on that to rig the election. But it will not work for them this time around. The youth are waking up to sleep. Even the old women in the market have already know exactly what they want. PDP and APC should leave the country. Their time is up. Exactly. Adding that it has unequivocally stated that part of its mode of operation in its agitation for freedom does not have and will not be violent agitation for Biafra land. And that is where we stand. Anytime, any day. Whoever that think that Biafra is talks, we are not talks, and we cannot be seen as talks. So the government that is importing all this violence in the Biafra land, they know themselves and they know what they are doing. My prayer is that their generation, both the born and unborn generation, will receive the repercussion of what they are doing to the Biafra land and the Biafran occupancy. I have spoken, and so shall it be. A statement by the IPOB media and the publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, entitled IPOB has no business with Nigerian elections and their campaign, said its non-interest in the Nigerian elections explains its consistent demand for a referendum. And that is the stand of Biafra. And that is where we stand. Anytime, any day, come 2023, Biafra need a referendum. And that is where we stand. IPOB statement read, we, the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, led and commanded by Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is very much aware that the Nigerian government is directly and indirectly sponsoring election violence in Biafra land, intending to internationally blackmail the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, as an anti-democratic group. Of course, that is what I've been doing. They have tried many sources to blackmail IPOB, but it didn't work for them. They have even arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to blackmail this movement, but it didn't work. So they are trying all they can to make sure that the international community see us as thugs or anti-democratic group, but we are not, and we can never not. Even the so-called international body, they know all this truth, and they still keep calm because of the bribe they receive from Nigerian government. And the crude oil they have been tapping from Nigerian oil from time of what will I call it? From the time immemorial till today, they are still tapping that crude oil. And that is why when all this massacre is happening in Nigeria and Biafra land, they said nothing, because it matters nothing to them. Because they see the blood of a black man as nothing, while their own blood is the one that worth something. But well, they are receiving the repercussion of what they are doing to Biafra land. And I pray that Chukwu Okiabama will punish each and every one of them that have known the truth about what is happening in Biafra land and keep silent. I mean the European Union and also the United Nations. That is where we stand. The IPOB leadership has, for the unpatent time, stated unequivocally that part of our modus operandi in our agitation for freedom has never been, is not, and will not be violent agitations. This explains our consistent demand for the UN to organize a referendum in the Biafra territory for the Biafran people to determine their destiny. To this effect, IPOB is neither contemplating nor will it encourage or sponsor anyone or group to disrupt Nigeria's shambolic selection process called an election. IPOB has constantly made it public that we have no interest in and cannot legitimize the aberration they call an election in Nigeria. We are a focused, determined, and disciplined freedom-fighting movement, not political talks. We are not political talks. We are known for unity, we are known for peace, and we are known for love. So anyone that is come to attach anything politics or talks to the IPOB is wasting his or her time, because we are moving forward. We devoted our cause of liberation, our people from subjugation and modern day slavery and neocolonialism, and will not allow ourselves to be distracted from this very objective. The world must hold to account the Nigerian government and criminals it is covertly recruiting and positioning in the southeast to create an environment of violence, and after causing the violence, we turn around to blame the IPOB, and that is what the Nigerian government have been specialized on almost every now and then. Because I read what this old man, sometimes he talk through, sometimes I don't know whether the man is a chameleon. Chief Dan or last, he said what is happening in the Biafra land is an important violence, and I quite agree with him, because what is happening in our side, no any Biafra is known for killing, and no any Biafran is known for anything criminality. Yes, we can be eager to make money through our daily activities or daily hustles, but not like thugs. So some mischievous elements have imported violence to the Biafra land. Until today, it has been there. Instead of the violence to decrease, it is increasing on daily basis because of the kind of people that they are bringing in, or they are brought in to our system, so that they can destroy the Biafra land, or they can as well made us to look like an anti-democratic group before the international body. But it won't work for them. Even the international body, they know the truth. Despite the fact they keep calm, they all know the truth. Forgetting about the bribe they are collecting, Nigerians borrow money. Instead of them to borrow money to invest in their country, they borrow money to give bribes to all these European Union, so that they will not interfere in what is happening in Nigeria or in Biafra land. But very soon, sooner or later, they will understand that no matter how long, yeah, you can only hide the truth. Yeah, you can only hide the truth, but you cannot prevail for a very long time. Just for a short while, and it will do what? It will open. So there's what where Biafran is what we call Accusations. The hand cannot cover the moon. No matter how you try to cover the moon, you cannot cover it. So that is what we are, and that is what we keep maintaining on our daily activities. In any way we find ourselves, both home, both abroad, any angle we go, we are like light and the moon to people that surround us in terms of development, infrastructure, a business acumen, in anything you can think of. Imagine a country that have not depended. Biafra is a country that has not depended on oil, but today you cannot know the source of their wealth. They keep on exploring day and night, and that is the anger of all these so-called Nigerians and the Fulanis, that these people, they have done everything they can to intimidate the Biafrans. They have done everything they can to make sure that Biafrans is begging for food, but it cannot happen. Chukwu Okiabama is with us both day and night. Insecurity, otherwise they have already imported it to Biafra land to threaten us, to threaten our freedom. But our freedom is imminent, and nobody can dare try it. So my people, this is the news I have for all of us here today. That is the Biafra news I have. Despite the fact I started earlier with the headlines, or as I promised today that my broadcast today will be mainly for Biafrans all over the world. But forgive me, pardon my manner, because there's some news that when you say it, it will push me to read it. Because if I didn't read it, my conscience will be judging me, because there's a lot of people out there who also want to hear the news that is happening in Nigeria, so as to know how to do their daily activities. So my great people of Biafra land, I am going to end the broadcast here until we meet once again. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like my content, share, comment, and also invite your family and friends so that they will be part of this good news that I am delivering to my people out there on daily basis. Until we meet again, please do not touch the dial. Have a wonderful day, my great people of Biafra land. See you. Ciao.